I have worked for several nonprofits, and I have never been completely happy with the model. There is an element of expectation on the part of people who give to nonprofits that the people who operate the nonprofits are doing so for free, and I just didn't have the ability to do this kind of work and do it for free. I have bills just like any other person. And so I started looking at just different businesses that were doing social good and was inspired by companies like Chobani and the things that they were able to do and make a profit, and I thought I could be able to do that too. With Hip Veggies, I was not happy being a dietitian and was just looked around and realized that Phoenix had an awful lot of hungry people and needed something to be done with that. And so I also looked around and saw that I had artist friends who were doing some beautiful art with regard to food, and I knew chefs, and I thought there's just some great people out there with big hearts that maybe we could put together in a team to do some good work. When I was working with artists, one of them said, "Hey, you should know about this school. They just had their food bank truck taken away." And so I came and I met with the principal, and we talked a little bit about what had happened. And one of our options was to just do the political thing and get the truck back, but we'd always be fighting that, keeping the truck here. And I thought, why not just use this as a way to teach the community some skills, some entrepreneurial skills, some gardening skills, and just give them something in the community that they can be really excited about and proud of. We are trying to build a garden project. And we were lucky enough last year to have 8 garden boxes donated to us from Maricopa County Cooperative Extension. And they worked great. The garden is run by kindergartners, first graders, and second graders. So right now what we've done is we've torn down, we're not growing anything right now, and we're working on a couple of fundraisers to raise money for putting in drip irrigation. And what I'd like to do with that is have a community class where the community can come in and learn about what that is so that we can hopefully inspire other gardens in the community. Measurable impact. Well, we were weighing our vegetables last semester, and I think we ended up harvesting about 60 pounds of vegetables in the semester, mainly greens, some beets, radishes. The teachers have told us that the kids come out on when there is water and to be done, and they would rather water the garden than play on the playground. A lot of it is intangible right now. It's just really the relationship building. I think we're very heavily in a relationship building phase, but it feels really great when you walk up to the school and they know who you are. There was an event here a few weeks ago, and I heard from the back of the room, "Hey, there's the garden lady." So it just really felt like I feel like I'm a part of this community where I may not have been before, and that's taken about 3 years of constantly being here. Well, what I'd like to do is take this concept, if we can make it go, because it's unique. Most school gardens are volunteer, and they tend to fade once the parent of the child or the child of the parent who is doing it has graduated. So what we'd really like to do is build this garden and turn it over to the community, and then hopefully teach other neighborhoods how to do the same thing. I think people value things more when they have to work for them and not when it's just handed to them, and that's what we would like to do, is give these communities a sense of pride in what they can do. There are days when we come out here and I wonder what I'm doing when I look and everything has died because it was 118 degrees. But I just I just have to take a look at the small things, and that for me actually has transferred outside of the garden. When I have a big problem at home, I just think back to the garden and think about, what one thing can I accomplish today that will help chip away at this issue, and that's a skill that you can use anywhere in life. It always feels good to do something for someone else, to reach out, to step outside of your comfort zone. I didn't used to enjoy coming down here, but and there have been days when I haven't wanted to come down here, because I've had other things on my schedule, and what really has happened is that even on those days when I feel a little bit of a pit in my stomach, like I'd really rather be catching up on paperwork, I remember how good it feels every time I come. And, just someone will come up and give me a hug, or, you saw the kids hovering around the camera, there's just a level of joy in giving of yourself to people who have nothing to give back without any kind of expectation. That I've learned that they actually do give back in ways that are intangible, and are enthusiastic, that inspire me to keep going until this project has been finished and accomplished.